Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So I've done my nails and I've done it in two parts. So this first part is me showing how I've extended my natural nails, which I've got some builder in a bottle on. That's the video that I did before with the Premier Gel builder in a bottle. So that's what's on my nails in this video at the moment, but I wanted to do some acrylic nails. So what I'm doing is an infill over the gel with acrylic and then extending the nails with acrylic as well. So I thought it was a good opportunity to show you how I do it. So yeah, I'm using my clear from Glitterbels and my monomer, and as you can see I've put those sculpting forms on and I've made sure that they're nice and snug underneath. You will always get a little bit extra under there, but I will show you how to combat that later. So we are doing technically a thin clear base, but you're actually going to build it up a bit more than you normally would, just so that you can fill in all the gaps. But we are going to file them before we do the design, and you'll see at the end that they're not too thick. So yeah, I'm taking these down to a 4 on the sculpting form, so a bit shorter for the pinky. But yeah, I'm just doing an infill as usual with the acrylic, and then I'm going down to that free edge and I kind of stroke it backwards. So I pop a bead down and then I turn my finger the other way and then pull the brush towards me, and what that does is it fills in any of those gaps. So kind of like, you know, your natural nail isn't always perfectly round, you haven't always got that perfect C curve, so you're kind of filling in that gap and making it more streamlined. And I'm doing coffin shaped nails, so that's kind of the shape that I'm trying to get, but obviously we're going to sort that out with filing later on anyway. So as you can see, my natural nails are getting quite long, so I didn't want to have to take everything off, soak them off, cut my nails down, so I thought I'd just file down the bulk of the builder in a bottle, which by the way I'm really impressed with. I had it on for probably about 6 weeks in the end, and I only changed the colour twice. So yeah, no lifting. I found it really easy to get on with. The only thing I did find was on the sidewalls, I did get a little bit of wearing on the thumbs. But you know, from writing and typing and everything, you know, everyday stuff, I really don't think that's a bad thing. I actually used the builder in a bottle on my mother-in-law, and she works in customer service, so her hands are always in the till. And she came back in yesterday. She's had them on for 3 weeks, no lifting at all, and they still looked brilliant. So yeah, we are definitely going to keep using that on her. I'm just going in and pinching those once they've kind of set up a little bit, just to get that nice C curve, because I didn't want them to be bulky where they had both product on. So as you can see with the forms, I just give them a little roll before I place them on, making sure that black line is down the middle and nice and straight. And then, yeah, putting the form on. Pretty self-explanatory. And just making sure that's nice and kind of snug into the nail so that you don't get too much of that area underneath. And the prep that I use is the CJP dehydrator, and then I use Protein Bond from Young Nails, and I do 2 coats of that. So that's my dehydrator. Wait for that to go chalky, and then on with your first layer of Protein Bond, and then the second one. And the Protein Bond acts like double-sided sticky tape, so it really helps with adhesion. And then I'm using Natural Beige from Neo. So the other 3 nails, the thumb, ring finger and the pinky, I just did in clear because I was using coloured acrylic over it anyway. But with the index and the middle finger, I used Natural Beige because I'm doing the flames over that. So I wanted them to be a solid colour so that you wouldn't see the infill area. So yeah, my technique is do the infill and then place a bead at the free edge and kind of drag that back. So this is the kind of technique I would use as well if somebody came in and said I'd like them longer. this is exactly what I would do, is put the forms on, make them longer. Just saves you having to take everything off and start all over again. But let me know if you've got a different technique. I would love to hear it. I'm just filling in those gaps at the side. They do look a bit more chunky than they normally would if I was just doing a clear base, but like I say, I am going to file them, which I don't normally do with a clear base, but where there's still a bit of that gel product on, I didn't want to take it down too much, so I'd rather just do it this way. Taking off the forms for the ones that have dried already, so they just pop off nice and easily. And you can see there's that little bit underneath, but we're going to get the e-file under there to sort that out. So yeah, I just prefer, when I'm doing forms on myself, I just prefer to take the forms off as soon as possible, just because they get in the way. So yeah, I just thought I'd pop those off and then pop in the form on for the thumb. So you can see here on the left side of the thumb, down by the sidewall, that's what I mean by the wearing. So I just, on both the thumbs, I got just a little bit there, so I've made sure to file back to the natural nail, just so that I can kind of stick a bit of acrylic on and patch that up. Once all the forms are off, we are going to file. I was just showing you the C-curve on those. So yeah, I'd already started filing this pinky while the thumb was curing, but I do free edge, sidewall, and then just smooth over the top. They don't need to be perfect, but I just like them to be smooth, and likewise the length doesn't need to be perfect because you're always going to take a bit more off anyway. So yeah, just getting the basic shape. But I just thought I would leave some filing in for you to see what I'm doing, and I always look down the barrel just to see if there's any bulk on one side more than the other. Just the aim of this is to get it nice and smooth so that when we go in with the coloured acrylic, it just makes life a little bit easier. to measure up with the other hand just to see how I'm doing on the shape and the length, and yeah, make them nice and smooth. With the sidewalls, something that I have learned from Kirsty Meakin is to not anchor the file to the sidewall. There will be a slow-mo bit, well, a normal speed bit in a minute, which I'm going to show you. Might be slow-mo actually. Just to show you how to angle the file, just because I know I used to do it and I used to file away that sidewall. This is another technique I like to use. Line the cuticles up and then just rock the nail back and forth just to see if your length is okay. So you can see here I'm coming straight out from the sidewall, and this is what I mean. Don't angle the file up because you will eat into that side. Keep it nice and straight, you know, the shape that you want the nail to be. Don't take off any of that like chunk in the sidewall. So yeah, that's something that's really helped me in the last 6 months. I haven't left all the filing in, you'll be pleased to know, but I just wanted to show you a good amount of the shaping work. And on the underneath you can see one side is lower than the other, so just hold your nail straight, get the file right underneath, and then you can just file away and make sure that both sides are nice and even. So now I'm just checking that all the nails match with the other hand, and then we're going to go in with the E-file, and I'm going to show you how to get rid of that bit underneath. So this is a small cone E-file bit, and I'm just going in underneath and just kind of blending in the new acrylic that we've just put on into the natural nail and the, well, not really the builder gel because it's just the natural nail underneath, but just getting rid of that ledge that you kind of get from the forms. And then just spray in with the Halo Prep and Spray, spraying that down, and then just getting my dusty brush and giving that all a good scrub to get the dust off of there before we go in with the coloured acrylic. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. This is part 1, so part 2 will be up tomorrow. So don't forget to subscribe so that you see all of my upcoming videos, and of course like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you tomorrow in my next one. Bye!